put these bad boys in sports mode. Hey! Diva, she does what she wants. Hi, I'm Tia. If you don't already know, I'm taking my e36 328i on a 6,000 mile round trip around Europe for 4 weeks, in 5 weeks time. This is my first YouTube video I've ever done, so please have patience. I've also never filmed in landscapes, this is really weird. I thought I'd do a little introduction video for you guys, who I am, who the car is. By the way, his name is Peter, if you haven't already guessed. What a G. And I'll give you a little tour of the car and kind of a little rundown of the trip. I will make plenty of other videos of the breakdowns of the trip, like fuel cost breakdown, trip breakdown, how I planned it, what I packed, kind of kit I'm taking with me and stuff, so I'll do a little breakdown for you guys in that video. So I'm Tia, otherwise known as Automotive Tia, due to a new recent name change, and I think it kind of fits. You may know me from my Instagram or my TikTok, where I do videos like this. And I recently got bored and decided I need a new challenge, and thought, why not take my 90s BMW across 15 plus countries on a 6,000 mile trip around Europe. What better way to have fun than that? I can just hear like people yapping.
Yappa, 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 yappa.
Are we surprised? I had some people ask me kind of why I'm doing the trip, and there's no specific reason why I'm doing the trip other than a new dopamine fix, a new thing to do. My new hyperfixation currently is getting this car ready and going on a 4-week road trip. However, I originally decided it was going to kind of be a week affair going to Croatia for a car show. And I came across this guy called E34 Expeditions. He is such a cool guy. He's taking his E34 around the world, let alone just Europe. And I was massively inspired by that, and I was like, why not do the same thing? I am going with someone. I would be too scared to go alone on this trip. We have gone and bought a roof tent. So in terms of your question, where am I going to stay? We've got a roof tent for the top of the car. I still need to get roof bars for it, which I haven't got yet. I need to order. Kind of ruins the vibe of the car. And I have got a sunroof, which I'm a bit gutted that I can't kind of use. However, it's kind of important to have somewhere to stay whilst go to campsites in, kind of do all that kind of stuff. See, with trips like that, it comes with pre-maintenance of getting the car there. However, there's 2 things wrong with that. This car doesn't drive, and it's got no MOT. Some of you may already know, me and my dad are manual swapping this together. I'm insanely excited to go and drive it for the first time with him. There'll be a whole video regarding the manual swap as well, because I know a lot of people are interested in manual swapping these. I'm waiting on a gear stick, a gator and a short shifter, and then crack on and finish the swap. See, there's no exhaust on it as well, because we had to take that off to the swap. Last year I was on a wait list to get a custom exhaust made for it, and literally a couple of days before the custom exhaust, the downpipe snapped off of the manifold. I ended up getting pulled over because I was driving to the pub to see my friends. Priorities. Ended up getting pulled over by undercover who happened to see the whole thing. Obviously that is just my luck. Who told me not to drive the car. What did I do? I drove to the pub. What do you expect a girl to do? I ain't towing home. If it's got wheels that work, it's got wheels that work, alright? Got it home. Since then I stored it in our barn for the winter, and I've brought it out for the spring to do the manual swap, other work. It's had a new manifold. That was a ball ache of a job to put this manifold on the car. I'm not gonna lie to you, I never want to do it again. I did buy a tubular manifold for it. I found out that it's for left-hand drive. It doesn't really fit the car. So if anybody wants a tubular manifold and you're based in the southwest area, let me know. Also needs 2 new front hubs, which I'm gonna do this afternoon. Put new brakes front and rear, new front and rear, uprated discs, uprated pads for Europe anyway, so I will be doing a video breakdown on that too. I think for Europe that's it. Have got a new sport rear bumper for it, so I'm going to give a go at painting, sanding, priming, prepping, painting, whatever the shebang is myself. So if you want to stay tuned for that as well, I will be doing a whole video on that. So the rough trip that I'm going on, basically I'm starting from Dover to Calais, into France, through France into Switzerland, Switzerland into Italy, and going into San Marino, popping back into Italy to go to Rome, going down Italy. If I say Italy one more time, going down that country, getting the ferry over to Greece, Greece to Athens, Athens back up to the top, and I'm pinging through the countries on the way up. I will pop in a little map and show you the rough kind of route I'm going. There's going to be a lot of driving in 4 weeks. However, there's 2 of us, so we're going to be splitting the driving between us. I will give you a tour and show you kind of what's in the works with the car. Oh lord, this is difficult. You're joking. I didn't film a single thing of that. Of course, it's currently in the corner of the workshop. My dad has done some cool fabricating of it, so I get to keep the Scorpion back box, and it doesn't need to be as ASBO, and I don't need to set off car alarms every time I drive by them. Yesterday I was stripping my brakes. Kind of tell it's been sat in a barn all winter and not moved. So I am going to be changing the discs and the pads and just doing a whole new refresh for Europe. The pads do have quite a lot of meat left in them anyway. but why not get some new ones with the new discs? I am just going to insert some pictures for you so you can see the manual swap, which is really exciting, and it's so close to going out and being able to drive. It's been really cool to be able to do it with my dad, so it's very sentimental to me. You can see the paintwork on the E36 is not the best. I will be getting that done after Europe, but that's going to be covered by Temp Box, so who really cares? That being said, the actual car itself is pretty sturdy. So this is the interior. So that was quite fun to put all of this in. This was annoying. But obviously it's got the 3 pedals ready to go, which is really cool. And I'm very excited to build this all back up again. I'm waiting to do a whole leather black conversion of the interior. However, I know you E36 owners will be absolutely jealous of my headliner. Full working sunroof as well, which is really cool. It would be nice to do this before Europe as well, like all the trims and stuff. So that's kind of the tour of the car. That didn't feel like a massive list. What am I forgetting? Oh, obviously for pre-trip maintenance, I will also be doing an oil change, bleeding the brakes. Obviously I've got to bleed the new clutch anyway. I've been told to also look out for the coolant system, and rubber hose and stuff, so I'm going to look into all of that. Please come along and join the journey. Please be sure to follow my Instagram and my TikTok, where there is a lot more consistent uploads, shorter videos for those of you with shorter attention spans like me. Thank you for joining me for my first video.